Hello everyone, I hope you've enjoyed your Easter holidays. Today we're gonna talk about the Winged Rhino Burn. The original idea came from Zaxid, so thanks to him, but I modified it a bit, adding the burn package, small burn package. This is the deck list I brought to last night local, where I went 1x, just thanks to a buy. The first round I went against Vayu Turbo. I lost 0-2 and I kind of got shocked cause they said I couldn't change my traps to Rico, so it stopped me from all of my plays, cause I would have always chained traps to Raiko to protect my Winged Rhino, so just that I could put face up Raiko and kind of negate its effect because it wouldn't pop anything, because every card I had on the field could have been chained, and also the Winged Rhino. But then in the second round it also gained more advantage than me, milled really good, milled 2 values. I removed it from play with 1 GD Crow, but he had another 2, so I lost the first round. The second round I went against Diva Hero. The first game he got a great advantage on me, put on a board in 2 turns consisting of Absolute Zero, Stardust and Brionac, and was really powerful, and I had to commit a lot to clear the board, so I couldn't gain in the game. And in the second round I did a big misplay, opened a God End and discarded it all with Morphing Jar because I'm really stupid, I don't know what I was doing. In the third round I got a bye, and in the fourth and the last round I went against Frog, Light and Darkness Dragon, and I was quite chill at first because it's a good matchup against Frogs. Burn is a great matchup against Frogs, but I had really the worst draws ever. But now let's get an overview of the list. The first thing I want to talk about is Winged Rhino. It's just the main man of the deck. It's winged beast. It's not a winged beast, neither a warrior. It's a beast warrior. It's the only thing I don't like a lot, because you can't use the good cards for warrior, neither for winged beast, like Icarus Attack, I think it's called. But the real source of the deck, I think, are the traps. I run a lot of draw traps, like Housekeeping, Jar Grid, Legacy of Yata, Reckless Greed, and also Accumulated Fortune, because we can get a lot of eye chains, and Accumulated Fortune is great here because we can draw a lot. Then for the removals, I played Bottomless, Dimensional Prison. I didn't play the third because I don't have it, but also I don't think I would have played the third one if I had it. Then Compulse and Offering to the Doomed. Then for the battle traps, I played Dimensional Prison, Magical Cylinder, and Mirror Force, and also another removal, Torrential. I didn't mention it. Then for the small burn package, I played Secret Barrel and Chain Strike. Then for the monsters, I played the 2 heroes, Gale, and Tragoedia and Gourds. For the side deck, I went kind of with a smokescreen idea, so I played really good, the greatest card I could come up with, such as Sidra, Didgrow, Grandma, Diva package, and some spell removals and steal spells. Then the Accelerate is quite standard. The only thing I really played is just Magical Android. I don't have it, so I played Gaia instead, just because it has a big body. The small changes I could have done at the end of the day, or well, the night, I would have swapped in the main deck Brain Control and Mind Control for the 2 heroes and played Sirocco in the side deck, because in the local also there are a lot of Blackwings, so Sirocco can give me a great advantage. Then, going deep into the deck, let's talk about the draw traps. The good part of draw traps is just that give you advantage, card advantage. It gives you draw power. That doesn't mean always that you're going to draw good cards, because if you see, there aren't a lot of really good cards. But that's the reason I play the best cards, just like Gord, Tragedia, Gale, and let's don't talk right now about them. So what they do is just that they are always chainable, so I can bring back my Rhino every time, because its effect is that he can bounce himself back if I want, whenever a trap is activated, so he can trigger like torrential in my advantage, opponents trap holes, or other things. So he's the main man of the deck. And then for the other traps I played this burn package, because also they are always chainable and can get you a lot of damage. Also I decided to play the burn package because I thought that it could give a bit of damage advantage on the opponent, make a lot of pressure that I don't think the monster alone could do. But I think that I could cut this tree, because they aren't that relevant. They don't do a lot of damage. But for the chain strikes, I think they are really good, because they really do a lot of damage, even if the chain is not that long. But let's go on over that later. Let's just talk about this list I have here. For the battle traps, is just that cylinder helps you with other burn damage. Mirror Force is just Mirror Force. And for Compulse, I thought at first that I could play more, because it's a great removal. I can always chain it, but it's not resolutive. It puts back the monster in the opponent end, so the next turn it could have it again. So I wouldn't cut it to 0, because it's also helpful a lot against synchro monsters, but for most of the times it's not that great, because it doesn't cut the problem, it just procrastinated to the next turn, and it's not something I can do, because I also procrastinate to the next turn whenever I play Rhino, try to attack, opponent activates a trap, bounce back, and my attack doesn't go to the target. Well, let's talk about Doomed and Reckless Greed. The really good part about this is that the trophies that you skip doesn't sum up. So if you skip your next draw phase and then you activate Reckless Greed, you won't skip 3 draw phases, you will only skip 2, because Reckless and Doom says that you skip your next draw phases, but that doesn't mean that it's already skipped, so it doesn't sum up. Well, for the draw spell, the good part is that you can, for example, set 4 without monsters, or just Winged Rhino. Opponents go to battle. On attack declaration, you chain all of your traps, bounce back Winged Rhino, opt to draw on Tragedia or Gourds, and then after the attack goes out, you can special summon this boss monster. That they really are our boss monster, especially Tragedia, because while Gourds is just as big, even without having cards in hand, Tragedia can get really big, because we always have like 3 or 4 at least cards in our hands, so it's always going to be 2400 or more, and also its second effect of stealing monster from your opponent is good. Because one time I discard the gods to take control of one opponent full armor master, and it was really a good play. Then for Gale, even if my friend hated it, I think that Gale is really good, because even if it doesn't seem so, he's like a 2600 body, because he can cut down by half an opponent attack, an opponent attack, opponent monster attack, and beat over it. So it's really good. I've only wanted to play the most resolutive monster in my deck, and Gale fits in that description. Also, it's a level 3 tuner, so it allows me synchro plays if I want. Then for Morphinger, it's quite situational, but I don't think it's bad, because in an ideal situation of where I have only traps and Morphing Jar can give me a lot of advantage, because I can just set everything and pass. But it's not something that you can shotgun every time you see it. Then for the hero package, I at first succeed play the gadget package, which gives you, which doesn't lose card advantage, because it's always a +0, the normal summon of the gadgets. So I had, committing to the burn package, I had less slot to play. So for 2 slots, I chose these 2 heroes because they work quite like the gadgets. Stratus can search Alius, so the Stratus summon is a +0, and also their bodies are really bigger than the gadgets. Also in the nearly impossible situation where I still have Alius on the field and Stratus in hand, I can just summon Stratus to pop one spell trap. So it's really good in my opinion, and also I can put back Alius without skipping if I have the bot in the end, so to don't lose the advantage that I gain from Stratus. But in the end, I also don't think they are the best thing. They are not exceptional, but I don't think they are that bad. One thing I could change, it's that I can cut the barrels, but I won't cut the chain strikes. I don't know if I already said that, because secret barrels, even if they are always chainable, they don't do that damage. But also, if I had to cut the barrels, I think I would also cut the Morphing Jar, because they make a great synergy, because I can make the opponent draw a lot and then go over with Secret Barrel and do a lot of damage. But also in that situation, Secret Barrel doesn't do that damage. Just 200 per card is not that much. I can say it after for experience, because every time I shoot it barrel when opponent had a lot of cards in their hand or on their field, it didn't do that damage I thought that they would do. Then for the side deck, well, accumulate fortune and chain strike. The good part is that if you have 2, not more than 2, you can also chain one to the other. Like for example, you end on chain 4 with accumulated fortune, you can go with chain 5 accumulated fortune, but you can go with another chain, because it say if multiple counter effects, so if you just play once, you can play the second but not the third in the same chain. For the side deck, I don't think there are much to say. It's just that a kind of smoke screen, as I already said. I would side out most of my traps to go with this end package that would enable me more synchro plays. And also I would put more spell removals, spell background removal, because I always thought the opponent was going to play more spell trap removal, so I would play them in my advantage. With playing less traps and playing more spell removals, so I can remove their spells they are trying to remove mine. And I don't think there's much more to say about the deck here. Then I would go with the big changes I would do, for example, or ideas that I could come up. Let's talk first about the gadgets. It was the first idea of playing the gadgets. They're really good in terms of card advantage, because they don't lose card advantage whenever you summon them. You can get another piece, so it's just a +0, but their body are really too small to do something. You can just normal summon them just for nothing, because they don't do anything. Yes, they get you another card, so you don't lose advantage, but you can't use that advantage in your advantage. So they are just white cards, yellow cards. They don't do anything. Even if I love gadgets in this deck, they don't fit that good. Well, for more burn package, I don't think I would commit that much, because burn in Edison isn't that good. The Ojama trio could be really powerful with Secret Barrel and Just Desert, but they can also backfire and lose your entire game, because you're going to put 3 level 2 monster on your opponent side of the field, so they can use them to synchro summon, and with 3 level 2 bodies in particular, you can lose your game in in just one action. Having said that, I don't think still it's really that bad. If you would commit to a pure chain burn, I would still play it. At least I can think of just playing these two, that they do the most damage, or one of these, but I think Ceasefire is better if I'm only going to play one. Because Just Desert, I can't chain it every time, and also that it doesn't have that great damage output. Also Ceasefire doesn't do it, but it has the effect of negating the flip effects, but I don't think that Ceasefire, and also does damage for my effect monsters. But Ceasefire doesn't work with Geometry because the tokens doesn't have effects, so they are not that synergic altogether. Yes, I can play Ojama and Just Desert, or I could play Ceasefire, but I think that overcommitting to the burn package isn't that good, because burn in general in Edison format isn't that good. The burn package, in my way of thinking, was just a way to get more damage on the opponent, to get nearer to closing the game. But in the end, I don't think it's really that relevant, so I can cut that burn package. Well, instead of the gadget, a great option I saw from Zaxi was the Gravekeeper package, 3 spies and Descendant, because Spy is really a great body. It has a 2000 defense, so it can slow down the game. By setting it, you can gain a lot of turns where you can draw more, set more traps, and gain more advantage on the opponent. Also playing 3, because one can summon another, and or you can summon Descendant that can remove. It's a removal, monster removal, so it's good. I think it's the best one out of the Gravekeepers, even if all Gravekeepers that you can summon have great effects. For example, Ganon Holder can do burn damage, but it's too small. Also, the Curse is too small damage. What are the other? Priestess can get spies even bigger, and herself, but herself isn't that big. Spear Soldier can do piercing damage. Vessel is just bad, and Watcher is bad. But so Descendant is the best one. Then for the traps, chainable traps I can play, I thought about Dash Shot and Mind Crash, but I don't have Dash Shot, and committing just to Mind Crash isn't that good, because they really synergize good. Also with the burn package, if I make the opponent draw a lot, I can burn them for a lot, and also make them lose their good cards by seeing their entire hand, so knowing how to play. But I don't really, it really doesn't give me that great advantage, because even if I know what my opponent is going to play, I don't have that many plays to do. I just have to set down my trap cards and remove their bodies, but I can see what is going to come, so I can play better. And also we're going to remove one card from their hand. Also with Mind Crash, it synergizes really well with Dash Shot. But the good part of them is just that they are always chainable. But even if I have the Dash Shot, I don't think I would commit that much to these two traps, even if they are really good. But one card I can think of that's really good is Caius. Also with playing the Gravekeeper package, I've seen Zaxid do the same. Playing Caius with the spies and all the Gravekeeper is a great option, because they don't use your normal summon, so you can summon the Caius. You can just play once, because you're going to draw it anyway with all the traps, and also is a really great body. It's a removal and it's a burn, so it's really good. The only bad part is that if I would play the spies, I would then play the burn package, so the burn part about Chaos wouldn't come up that much, but I can work on it more. Then another great cards I could think of was Interdimensional Matter Transporter and Desert Sunlight. Let's speak about Desert Sunlight at first. The good part of this is just that it's always chainable, and also it's a non-destructive kind of battle trap, because it turns off opponent battle phase, because they can't attack you, but it doesn't solve the game state, because the monsters are going to still be on the field. So I don't think it's that good at the end of the day, but it's still an option that one can keep in their on their shelf. Then for the interdimensional matter transporter, I think it's just kind of the winged rhino effect, but for monsters that are not winged rhino, for example Caius, for example Gourds or Tragedia, or any other monster I would play. I think this is very good, because it's always chainable, but it isn't that resolutive. But I think we can cook with this. Then for the good parts of these ideas, as I said before, playing Sirocco would be, at least inside, a really great option, because it's really big, and also against Blackwing it's get bigger and bigger, because it gains attack even from opponents' Blackwings monsters. And so this card can give you really great advantage against the Blackwing that are so popular. Then another option I would think about is Anchor Master. As I said before, we are able to make it with Gale because we are playing a lot of level 4 and Gale that is a level 3. So it can come up and it really good. It's a really good card. It's one of the best synchros in the format. Having said that, I don't think I have more to say. The only thing at the end of the day I could say is that the deck, yeah, it's really fun. I have enjoyed it a lot playing it. Also, my opponents were having fun playing with me. But as I said before, the barn option is not that good in Edison format. Also, the chain beat idea isn't that good because the good parts, the strongest things in Edison format are synchro plays, or if you don't synchro play, is because you have another strong options. For example, heroes that have great beaters and strong removals and draw power. For example, playing the Gemini, Alius, and the Absolute Zero. Or the zombies that, yeah, they are not that great, but they are still strong because, yes, in reality they also have great synchro plays, if I have to say, but they also have good effects on their own. And I don't remember other decks that doesn't synchro play, or Gemini. I think they don't synchro too much, but they, as I said before, they have great spell and traps, great cards that synergize a lot, and they are very strong. Amaryllis Burn, yeah, it's not that great of a deck, but it has strong bodies, strong cards. For example, all the plants cards are very strong. Frog's Monarch doesn't synchro play a lot, but it has great recursion, locks, and the Monarch that are just strong on their own. While for our deck, our Rhino Burn, it doesn't have that much win conditions. You just have to have a lot of luck on our side and a lot of bad luck in opponent side, so that they draw a lot of trash, and while we draw only the good stuff and keep beating on them. But I think it's just pure luck. But after that, I think that this deck, it's really fun. Or also dragons, they don't synchro play too much, but they have other great options. Black Metal Dragon, how it's called, it's really big, can summon from the graveyard. They also have other option to play, but this deck doesn't synchro play that much, doesn't have greater options, any other ways, strong plays, so I don't think that's good. Also, a card that I forgot to mention was dimensional, what is called, one spell that's kinda like Magic Cylinder, but it doesn't negate the attack. You don't lose life points, but your opponent gets the damage you would have taken, but it don't negate the attack. I think it's Dimensional Wall. Yes, Dimension Wall. But I think also this is overcommitting to the burn part. After said, I think it's all I could say about this deck. I hope Zaxid would see this and cook more on this. I hope to see more of this deck because it's really fun, in my opinion. Also, my opponents, as I said, and my friends thought of this as really fun, so I hope to see more of this deck. Bye bye!